Devils? Back and answer more goddamn questions. Starting at the top. It's from that band I can't pronounce again, but thought it was pretty goddamn good. DAWG. NEDAKH. How's it going? Just want to say thanks for reviewing my band NEDAK. How the fuck you pronounce it? A bit ago. We will definitely take your advice and make a more raw record. Cheers. So check that out, homeboy. Send a goddamn paid review. Sends a goddamn paid follow up, and he's taking the dog's advice. Yeah, as all in all, I do remember he got the anti-Muslim shit. I was like, this is pretty good, but I think it'd just be a little bit better. Feels more like a raw demo recording, but don't take me out of context. I'm not saying some ass fucking recording on a boombox in a garage, 1984 goddamn recording, which some of those are good too, aka the fucking Mantis Death demos. But even those, would I wanted as raw as that? No. But somewhere like, honestly, dude, I think like one of the perfect fucking recordings as far as rawness, but you can hear everything. Is look at this clean ass fucking Carcass shirt. Mm-hmm. Should be up on goddamn Hell's site. Fucking receiving and dropping the goddamn ball. It came in, and I was like, there better be a man size in there for the dog. There was. I don't think there's many 2Xs, though. To get that. But they talk about, yeah, Carcass's Recaputrefaction. I think that's one of the best goddamn recordings for primitive extreme metal. Now, honestly, dude, I'm trying to think, would an Iron Maiden sound good like at that? It might, because like I've said in a previous video, just sucked into that vocals. You guys have that whatever pressing it was, probably in early 2000s pressing of King Diamond, the album Then. There's a rehearsal, I think they call them rehearsal demos or whatever, but there's no vocals, which that fucking blows. And it's a total demo recording, but dude, it sounds better than the fucking album. I was like, this shit sounds great when it sounds like that. So who knows? Maybe even a heavy metal band type band would sound fucking great like that. But for more of extreme music, I think, again, even a slightly better than that recording like that would shine through like a motherfucker. Now, do I recommend you record it out? It sounds like goddamn Nunslaughter Rotting Christ demo. No, that's a little too raw. But you know what I'm saying. I think it gives it more character, more shine. But yeah, let me know when you got recording. Send it over, and I'll give it a goddamn listen. David Bennett, paid question. Hey Justin, this is Ghoulish Dave. Who? I'm a longtime fan of the early Deicide, the first album. Who the fuck ain't, bro? Dude, I definitely, if anybody that says they don't like the first four Deicides, specifically at least the first four, I automatically just assume underneath those drawers, pink thong on, thong extra wedged between the goddamn crack, and your goddamn dress and fucking Barbie dolls and play Barbie doll and Ken dolls. Hey Ken, want to go for a ride? Sure, Barbie. I assume that's what you're doing, fucking behind goddamn closed doors. You gotta fucking be. Any real man likes the first four Deicides. Honestly, in my opinion, any real man just likes Deicide. Period. It's just never let you down. Goddamn death metal. Again, some albums better than others. I'm not saying "Till Death Do Us Part" is the greatest album ever. It's definitely the stinkiest one in the catalog, but it's a solid listen. Like it's no thrills, no frills, no fucking bullshit, no keyboards, no female vocals. I mean, no dumb shit. Just stick in the goddamn fucking formula. Anyways, what happened to the snare drum at 155? Sacrificial suicide during the lead. Well, first off, dude, I'd have to narrow it down and listen to it. Second of all, I didn't hear anything wrong. Third of all, you ask as if like I was there or something. 1990, that's when the album came out. I was 5 years old playing with X-Men toys, so how the fuck would I know? I've noticed this since day one and never heard anyone speak of it. In the beginning, I just thought that the music was so crazy that the snare just disappeared, but it actually does. I wonder what your thoughts are on this. I never picked up on that. And does any of the other devils notice that? If I ever meet Steve Ashim, that would be the question. It's a mystery to me after all these years. That song and album still fucking slay. I just think it's a cool Easter egg. If I remember this, which maybe I will, maybe I won't. And if I do a goddamn part 2 video with Steve, which I would say, especially with, I would say there's probably a 90% possibility that I would do a part 2 interview with Steve. Obviously, I'm willing to. 100% definite ability, I would be willing to. But what I'm getting at is because even at this point, he texted me on his own. He actually texted me today, just for random shit. So he's the most talkative, as opposed to Glenn. He's not texting me on my own, asking how my day's going. Granted, Steve's not asking how my day's going either, but it's just, you can just tell he's a little bit more personable. So I'm 90% sure that when Deicide comes through, again, I want some distance between him, at least a year or so, that he's, I'll just text him, and I know for a fact he's going to reply. Um, and so 90% sure, yeah, we'll do another one with him. I will ask Glenn, and I'm 80% sure he would say yes. Um, So yeah, I'm pretty goddamn confident. So there's a good chance I'll fucking do one, and if I remember that goddamn question, I'll ask that. But yeah, I didn't pick up on it, man. I'm gonna kind of keep it in the back of my mind next time I listen to it. Andrew Brown, P question. Hey J Dog, a couple months ago you were talking about your favorite Simpsons episodes. Yeah, I remember somebody asking that, and got me thinking. Have you ever seen the episode where Homer eats a poisoned sushi? I don't think so. And the doctor tells him he only has 1 day to live, so the next day he makes a list of all the things he wants to do on his last day. That part sounds kind of familiar, but I can't think of what he wrote up. So no, it sounds like it's a later album, later Simpsons. Keep in mind, when I say later Simpsons, just for me, because growing up and when I stopped watching TV and shit, to me, 2001 to today, those are later episodes. Which meaning there's, I would say probably 60% of them I never seen, 40% of them I have seen, and out of that other 60%, there's ones I kind of walked in on. Meaning I didn't see the whole thing. It was in the background, that type of thing. And so it could have been that where I seen that part. That kind of rings a bell, but I definitely don't know that episode. As opposed to like the Grease episode, I know that. Yeah, but your mom bought that. Yeah, doesn't she get her money from you? I get my money from Grease. What's the problem? I've seen that shit. Makes a list of all the things he wants to do on his last day. Anyways, if that was you, or if you had only 1 day to live, what would you put into the night before or the day to the day? It's basically asked what I, if I was told today you got 1 day to live, what the fuck would I do? You hear this scenario on other podcasts and talked about it too. Like, what would you do? Yeah, and everybody comes with this outlandish answer. I would fly to here to wherever. So you're gonna waste most of the day flying to fucking whichever. That sounds like a hell of a lot of waste of time because that's 8 hours. If it's an 8 hour flight, that's whatever that is, a third of the day or whatever. Realistically, I wouldn't be doing anything extravagant. I mean, I'm definitely just going to eat whatever the fuck I want. I definitely do that. But realistically, what I'm going to do is make sure everything's set up I'm going to let Easy E and Sea Dog know, hey, man, start planning what you're doing tomorrow morning for the goddamn orders. You're going to have Sea Dog, you're going to have to get those jumper cables out, jump that goddamn battery, drive down here, put that GPS on to remember how to get to the warehouse. I know you forgot. Easy E might want to get down here too. Figure out what are you gonna do for goddamn getting the daily orders out and shit, because they're never even down here. That's all on the goddamn dog. Just give them a heads up, and I'm like, hey, I'm not wasting my time. I just gave you the heads up. That's on you, dude. And then from there on out, I would just be figuring out bank accounts, the will, everything. Make sure Lindsay has the passwords, everything. I take care of all the bills and shit like that. Any accounts, banking accounts, show her where every little thing, everything's. I'll be taking care of all that shit to make sure, like, once I'm dead and gone, okay, here's the best I could do is making sure you know what the fuck to kind of plan for, here, all that shit. So no, it wouldn't be anything extravagant like I would go fucking goddamn bungee jumping or something stupid. No, it'd be the dog working harder than ever on his goddamn last day. That's realistically what it'd be. If I was giving the goddamn heads up by Doc, hey, you're dying tomorrow. But again, another scenario that'll never fucking happen. Aaron Johan, Yohn, P question. What's up, dog? I'm in a metallic hardcore band from Central PA called Bench Press. Formed back in 2012. Back in 2012. We played Ohio a good bit over the years, and one of the most fun shows was at the Foundry in 2014. Yep. Dog's been there many times. It's where I first saw Deicide and Marty, 2001. God damn it. With Schnauzer. Schnauzer, that's Jim Sadist, Jim Satanic, Jim Kanye, Jim Lasagna, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Rest in goddamn peace. That was his other band, Schnauzer. Drummer Jim was wearing a SeaWorld polo shirt and matching scrub pants, and his stage banner was unmatched. Yeah, he purposely he had a Grimace shirt. People were like, I don't fit the bill. It was just goose. Go look up Schnauzer. Schnauzer is. I'm not a super fan of Schnauzer, but they definitely have great fucking songs that I do like. My favorite songs are Blasted Beyond Belief, Beat the Dealer, and Facts of Life. Those are goddamn great songs. And Total Lunatic, that's a great song. Yeah, totally unique, and the shows were fucking crazy, man. Like Jim, at least in the local scene, I don't know if you've even played any out of state shows with Schnauzer. I'm guessing maybe PA or something, but I don't know. But they play Cleveland, every, I don't know, once a year or some shit like that. And I remember every club, Foundry to be one of them, is he just agreed that he would help clean up afterwards because they did. They would throw out stuffed animals all ripped off, and they just make a huge goddamn mess. And it's goofy, hardcore punk metal. That's the best way to describe it. Go listen to it. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of aggression. Definitely original. Uh, SeaWorld polo shirt. And he made random people from the crowd do vocals. Yeah, sounds about right. Realized from watching the channel that it was, in fact, the infamous Jim Kanye. Yep. You always talk about what was Nunslaughter an actor at that time? Fuck no, dude. Jim was a goddamn go-getter as far as goddamn being active in music. And I know Jim was in a million bands. Thanks, dog. Keep doing the devil's work. Dude, he was in tons of bands. Nunslaughter was never an active. He was doing Nunslaughter at that same time during all those. I mean, 2012, isn't that roughly like, wasn't Hex came out in what, 2009, I think? So 2012, that's probably right around when Angelic Dread came out, or I don't know, maybe 2012, 2014, something like that. They were definitely doing shit. You look up the year 2012 for Nunslaughter, just that years. I guarantee they put out at least 5 releases that goddamn year between 7 inches and shit. So no, active as ever, homeboy. And then other bands, dude, I can't remember all. Using Public Execution, Scarver's Calling, All That Is Evil, Spawn of Satan, Schnauzer. Um, he was in Nine Shocks Terror for a little bit, or at least helped out. He played on one of the Graveworm albums. What other bands was he in that he always talked about? I know I'm forgetting some. From the Depths, the first From the Depths album, we put that out on vinyl. Doing the other 2 CDs too. I'm in the process of getting that shit laid out as we speak. He doesn't play on those, but all 3 of them are fucking great. Some of the goddamn best black metal ever, in my opinion. Sends all that fucking garbage ass fucking French black home on a stretcher. Fucking have everybody outside the goddamn Cleveland scene fucking mention From the Depths. Better than all that goddamn junk they fucking worship. But he played on the first goddamn album. I mean, yeah, go and find YouTube or whatever, From the Depths. From the Depths. There's a self-titled full-length album. And tell me that don't got charisma for days, songs for days. Apparitions Myself, The Fucking Witch. What other goddamn bands? All goddamn killer. All killer, no fucking filler. But Jim's charisma, the vocals, everything, dude. It's unique. And I would call black. This is kind of thrash and blah blah blah. It sounds like no, but that's actual black metal, dude. Black metal that was fucking good, not this monotonous, just screaming down a windpipe. Fucking, and it's raw, so it's good. Fucking bullshit. Again, I like a tiny bit of that too, but it just got so dumb and monotonous. And I be as unbiased as possible. Everybody thought, I don't know why, especially prior to this channel, people that know me, well, maybe they don't know me that well, I thought they did, is they think I'm like this brutal death metal guy. I'm like, dude, I'm just as unbiased as that. Half that's repetitive fucking garbage too. I've always said, especially around 2005 up, I pretty much stopped checking that genre out. I was like, this is just dumb. It's all repetitive fucking shit. And black metal, same goddamn thing, dude. I don't need a bunch of bands that sound like Graveland and fucking Vlad Tepes, Mutilation, and all this Judas Iscariot and all the Krieg. That's fucking goddamn unlistenable from what I remember. Um, it's just fucking junk. I mean, From the Depths, it sends that crap home on a stretcher. We're talking just good goddamn music. Now, if you want to sit there, tough guy, arms fucking folded, and yeah, I cut myself when I'm depressed. I'm looking down the gun, fucking no happiness in life. What is that? Happy days or whatever. Happiness is not an option. Stupid, silly shit. No wonder you're fucking miserable, dude. I would be too listening to that crap. And that's not a music fan, dude. You actually like good shit, but it's extreme at the same time. From the Depths is where that's. You know, a wife, lover, and all this other fucking nonsense. And grand full disclosure, I never really listened to him. Name was so goddamn gay. Why the fuck would I even listen to this? Let this test right there. You go in your collection right now. You're a black metal guy, and you got Life Lover on your fucking shelf, but no From the Depths. Automatically, in my opinion, you're out of the loop. You're out of the loop on good BM. Just let me know, homeboy. Facts are not a tax. So get in the loop, goddammit. And Bennett said he sent this goddamn over email. It's the last one too, so we'll make this one. Goddamn, it's kind of a fucking long. It's 3 parts, looks like. One, if you could have been a WWE wrestler in the 80s/90s, which stick would you have gone with? I mean, if you're just stick as far as we're just using somebody that already existed, the Ultimate Warrior. What would your name and persona and outfit have been? Going Ultimate Warrior, let's go Warrior of Death. After fucking that sacrifice, right? What would you have been a heel? I don't know, man. Whatever the fuck he was, I guess. Also, who would you have liked to have wrestled? The Hogs, right? That'd be the ultimate. Two, alert, health question. Uh-oh! I was recently talking with my buddy about his roommate and using pre-workout. What's the idea I'm talking about, homie? When I told my friend your take on using it only sparingly, he pointed out that he and his roommate both use it almost every time they go. Yeah, I mean most kids do, and people that are stupid that they do. That there isn't anything wrong with using it more times than most people they know use pre-workout more often than not. Well, listen, they don't know anybody in the loop. I can tell you right now, no pro body. There's exceptions. This is a none. Vast majority pro bodybuilders don't use pre-workouts every workout they change. Some don't use them at all. They don't like stimulants. Just raise your heart rate too much. Some, yeah, they literally don't use it at all. So who do you know? Apparently zeros for sure. The big boys don't rely on that, man. They're pumped and excited like they're going to Disney World to go to the gym. I try to articulate the points you made about it before, but I want to see if you had some points to address directly to them. My point is this, man. Is this okay? First off, if you're in the bodybuilding world and you're actually doing real goddamn bodybuilding, and you're using, PEDs and substances and God knows fucking what else you may be using, um, pharmacology, what I'm getting at, and you're pushing your weight to the max and cutting to the max. You're doing it. You're redlining your body multiple times a year, whether you be bulking or cutting. You're redlining it to an extreme, doing what your body doesn't want to do. Yes, a pre-workout is the least of your goddamn fucking worries. However, the thing is what when you just do the math, just from a logical standpoint, why the fuck would you want to always raise your resting heart rate with a bunch of stimulants to go do an activity that's going to raise your fucking, that already raised your heart rate? It's going too goddamn high. Your blood pressure is going too high. And that is going to, over time, damage the heart. That's, yeah, you're not going to notice in a year or 2 years or 3 years. Just like when you hear these guys, like they have problems years down the line. Well, fuck, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm 40 years old. I did this, and that. It never had a problem. It's like, because, dude, you were having a problem the whole time. It's just now caught up to you. Yeah, you've been doing it since you're 21. This shit takes a good 20 years to you start to see the negative effects. Yes, if these 19-year-old kiddos you're probably talking about, yeah, they're not going to see any negatives from it now. But for the time being, yeah, it's taking a toll on yourself. So why do more than you already have to? And especially if you're using PEDs and shit, which you're going to have an enlarged heart for sure, because just naturally, if you're training hard, you do it. Even marathon runners and stuff like that, guys that use no drugs, they have what's called an athlete's heart, enlarged left ventricle, and then you pull the PEDs on top of it, it's even more enlarged. And now you're throwing stimulants on top of that. You're literally burning the candle at both ends. Now, again, I always have a pre-workout on hand. What you do is it's when you're feeling sleepy as fuck, but you're definitely not overtrained because then you don't want to go to the gym. You want to take the day off. But when you're feeling just tired for whatever reason, just lazy, tired, but you're not physically mangled, that's when you use a pre-workout to get your ass in the goddamn gym. And another reason you don't take it every time is because eventually those effects are going to eventually wear off. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been times, like probably a year or two straight, that every workout I took one too. But then you find out, it's like, I don't even feel this shit anymore. And then what do you got to do? Now you got to go up. And you're even taxing your body even more. So, no, there's no reason to take it every goddamn day. Now, do I give a shit? No. And not to mention, too, just so you know, stimulants technically, now again, if you're on PEDs, you don't have to worry about this because it's going to override it, is stimulants, caffeine and shit, which is the prime ingredient in most, unless you're getting a stim-free one, which they're not doing that. I can guarantee that. These kids like to be stimmed on their skulls. You do realize that's counterintuitive to what you're trying to do. It restricts and narrows the blood vessels. It's so you don't talk about the pump to get more blood in the muscle. It actually reduces that. So it's actually counterproductive. So, for example, there's a lot of guys like IFBB pro Dr. Todd Lee. He basically thinks you're an idiot if you take any caffeine or stimulants before you work out. Why the fuck would you do that, dude? It's the exact opposite of what you're trying to do. Like, now he creates a pre-workout, he has one, or use them, but he's like, yes, it's with pump ingredients, not stimulants. So no, actually, if you want to be technical about it, it's actually doing more harm than good as far as muscle building. And as far as building muscle directly, that's already been proven time and time and time and time in a lab. It does nothing, absolutely zero help whatsoever for building muscle pre-workouts. Again, why do you take it then? Again, it's just when you're feeling sleepy. You can do it with a cup of coffee or whatever. It's just, they taste good and does have usually pump ingredients added in there as well. And myself, plus, if I was on a budget, 19 years old, and I was on a budget, would I buy a pre-workout? Fuck no. That's the last goddamn thing you should be buying. I'd be buying good quality multivitamin, fish oil, vitamin D3 with K. If you're using PEDs, organ health type shit like astragalus roots, um, Tudka, things like that, and protein powder for convenience, creatine. I'd buy shit that actually got help. That'd be the last goddamn thing. But me, yes, I have a tub on hand because the tub lasts me about a year anyways, and I'm not on a budget. If I was on a budget, I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. That's the last goddamn. That's just you have the funds and it's a luxury goddamn item. So anybody that's swearing up and down about pre-work, I don't get it. Do what you want to do. I can get you fucked. So you can go snort coke and then go do your workout every goddamn day of the week for all I give a fuck. I'm just letting you know no intelligent person that's been doing this 20 plus fucking years thinks you need a pre-workout and recommend. Every single one of them that's been in 20 plus years would tell you, yes, you're an idiot if you need it every workout. Again, not against it, and I use it occasionally myself. But you saying, oh, I don't see anything that's wrong with it. Well, you don't know. You literally know nothing about this goddamn sport. You know nothing about the human body. If you think that's just a good idea. Again, is there things you could be doing that are a hell of a lot worse for you? It's not the end of the world. Fuck yeah. So, well, yeah, I try to explain that going to the gym should be its own motivation and also discipline. Because I can tell you right now, people that get motivated, including myself, it has to become a discipline at a point because you're not going to stay motivated for 20 years on end. And that's what if you're getting into this lifestyle, which is what you should, or some type of exercise, you're not doing it like, I just want to get in shape. Hey, dog, can you help me get in shape for the beach this weekend? You should be striking distance from that where you could get fucking shredded out of your skull in 12 weeks. That if you're any further out in 12 weeks, it means you are carrying too much goddamn body fat. What does that mean? That means you're living the lifestyle year round to the day you fucking die. Having said that, motivation, that is going to wear the fuck off. At that point, it just becomes discipline. Like, for example, when your alarm goes off at 6 a.m. and you're going to your 9 to 5 that you're goddamn looking down the barrel of a gun to do, you hate doing it. Well, you're not motivated to do it. You're just doing it. It's self-discipline at that point. You wake up, you brush your goddamn pearlies, you fucking take a shower. You're not in the mood to do that. That's where it needs to become. And you don't question, am I going today? I don't know. Do I feel like it? Dude, I can tell you right now, 40% of the time mentally, probably 50% of the time, especially as I'm getting older, do I feel like going to the gym, even though I enjoy it? No. But it doesn't even cross my mind. I'm not going. The only days I do skip intentionally is I do listen to my body. It's like, okay, I am definitely overtaxed. The actual muscle, connective tissue, I'm still sore, and yet this muscle I got to hit again. Because that's just dummy shit. You're gonna tear something, and or at least not gonna make no goddamn gains. So I'll listen to my body. But if I'm a little sleepy or you know, I just got the deep darkies today. I don't know. It's kind of a cloudy day. Just not feeling it. That's bitch shit. That's pussy shit. You pull up them bootstraps and you get your ass there, homie. Doesn't even cross my fucking mind. That's just called self-discipline. Money moving, and you should not depend on caffeine to get there either. 100% you shouldn't, yeah. Now, again, I don't want to be a total hypocrite. I rely on caffeine and stimulants myself more than I should. Uh, for just my not pre-workout, but yeah, not like I haven't like I probably average taking an actual pre-workout before the gym probably about twice a month on average. That's probably how much I average. But I'm talking about throughout the day, like a cup of coffee or a fat burner first thing in the morning, just not because to burn a fucking fat, just because it's a stimulant. Get it started. Um, might use some modafinil on some days, things like that, or some kratom, things like that, because I'm just tired all the goddamn time from just hustling and working. You being a goddamn go getter. But there's times I definitely make sure I take off as well. But do I use it more than I recommend to people? Yeah, but also too, I'm trying to live a you know kick ass, get shit done lifestyle. So it takes a toll on you. Between all the fucking training, you're constantly working, you're pushing. A pick me up, you fucking need it sometimes. But I'll tell you what I do too. Like for example, which we haven't done in a while, but if I actually go on a personal fucking vacation, for example, let's say we're going to an all-inclusive resort. There's been a few times, Lindsay, I have, and we're gone for a few days. I have no stimulants for it. I let my body just fuck it. I was like, what do you need energy for? You're here to just kind of relax. Not even a coffee, nothing. I'll make sure I get not 1 milligram of goddamn stimulants at all. And then generally speaking, what I do too, most weeks I hit it, either a Saturday or Sunday, I purposely do none either. None, zero. I was like, all right, you just got to do some emails today. You shouldn't need it. That way, it's at least one day out of the week. I'm giving myself a fucking break. But make no mistake, I'm nowhere near it. I mean, I know guys that, well, it seems like a lot of females, they drink like 5 Red Bulls a day. I'm not doing anything stupid like that. Like, don't take me out of context. It's more than I like to fucking take. But again, it's just because trying to get done. Honestly, sometimes it's 2 or 3 hours before shooting these videos. I just don't have it in me, man. I don't feel like doing it. I'm not talkative, and it helps. Definitely helps. Pick you up, get a bunch of shit done, and I'm still ready to do these videos. Otherwise, it's like, fucking doing this. So, any vitamins in those pre-workouts can be taken separately. Yeah, you wouldn't want to take vitamins on an empty stomach anyways. You're going to want to throw up. Vitamins are fat soluble. You always take them with food. Your thoughts on this are appreciated. Pretty much give you that. For context, the roommate is in great shape with visible abs and goes to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. So we ain't talking about no ham and egg necessarily. Okay. I mean that's fine. I know guys that's totally fine. Um, but he's still wrong. That's like literally like saying like, this guy he's jacked out of his skull, but he uses fucking 5 grams of fucking steroids per week, which is shit. There's guys that do that. But so he knows his shit. It's like it's still probably excessive, dude. He probably doesn't need that goddamn much. He has to get to his goal physique. He needs them, but I'm like, that doesn't mean he's still making a bad decision. It's like his max he needs is 2.5 to 3 grams. So I'm not even getting into that. That's usually the max out after they see no additional benefit, which is still a lot. He's taking 5, like Master El Sabati. He's taking 5 grams of test a week. That's retarded and insane, dude. There's no way you're getting any additional benefit on that. Like, there's zero chance. All you're doing is putting extra stress on your organs. But Master was huge. He was 300 pounds in the offseason. He was second to Mr. Olympia, so he must know what he's doing. Oh, he's doing something. He's got his goalies, but he's still making a bad decision. So just because he looks good or whatever, and by your definition, that still don't mean that he's did that. Again, he can do what the fuck he wants. I'm just saying, is would I recommend it? And you talk to anybody that's in the know, would they recommend it? And be like, yeah, I mean, that's a great idea. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing he could be doing. I know guys that are at my level. I know guys that are below my level, and I know guys that are a hell of a lot past my level that I know personally. Well, they do a hell of a lot worse, more unhealthy shit than that. So, I guess at the end of the day, if that's the most unhealthy thing you're doing in your life, then you don't have a ton to worry about. But at the same time, get the most you can out of it because it's just going to wear off. You're not going to feel it. Take on the days you really fucking need it, and it's going to hit you like a ton of fucking pressure. Oh, I feel great. Just get the effects out of it. But they do whatever the fuck you want to do. Come to a church, you look at it, but the guy that's getting right on, God damn it.